So what's up everybody, it's me, True Star Screamer, and ooh, that was a good one. Anyway, we're here with another Jada Street Fighter Ultra Street Fighter 2, Ultra the Final, this Jada Street Fighter Blanka. Yeah, I bought him when I bought Sagat, and as we all know, I really love that Sagat figure. And I was happy to get this guy as well. I just put my pre-order in for Vega, so I am absolutely thrilled. I'm loving this line, as we all know. Box is the same as the other. He looks great. We got alternate head, 2 more hands, and a ton of new effects. This is probably one of the things I'm most excited for, to be honest. I mean, I like Blanka, don't get me wrong. I was collecting the Storm ones, but I passed on that as soon as this guy came out, because again, those Storm ones weren't quite to scale for me. Though I am, of course, looking forward to their Alpha series. I digress, though. Enough about the figure, enough about the box. We all know the rest. Let's get this guy open, and let's have some hand candy to play with. So much like Sagat, sometimes the pose is what makes the deal. And in this case, that's the pose. Now, it was brought up to me. I was on Figure Fight Club last week, and someone had pointed out that there's one, I don't want to say flaw, but one thing they really could have done to this figure to truly make it over the edge on perfection. And that is the fact Sagat had toe joints. And if Blanka here had toe joints to get that real proper, I mean, I got the flat foot crouch here, don't get me wrong. I want to point that out. I've got the crouch. But if he had toe joints, it would look just that much better. But this is exactly, for the Blanka figure, this is exactly what you want. Actually, no, wait. Throw in those electric effects he comes with. And that's what you want right there. I absolutely love these effects. I know I'm cutting ahead to accessories, but when everything else has just been like that little fireball on a stand, something like this really does set it off. It's kind of like that Zangief figure from Storm. The first one that came out had those impact pieces that people were using for all kinds of photography. I will absolutely be using these for other things. But dude, this is great. I mean, that's how you want them on the shelf, right there. Maybe with the alternate head, which we'll talk about in a second. But right there, I am pleased. Now, he's not like Figure of the Year. Notice that's not in the title on this one, but this absolutely is right up to standard, so I'm already happy. But of course, let's talk more about the figure. So I have been just messing with this guy. He is very fun to play with. His proportions are kind of monstrosity, which is what you want. Really great detail on here. I like how his sneer here is asymmetric. You're seeing the gum line here, but not there. Just makes him look that much more vicious. I do like the fact that his hair, by the way, this is where Jada gets clever. Alright, this is innovation right here. This hair. It's 2 pieces, it's one piece of plastic, but how it's cut here. Notice I can lift it and it bends itself out of the way naturally. This is engineering genius. I'm sorry, I don't know anybody else who had have thought how this would go. Why this is great? Because that way I can sit here, make him look straight up. Well, that was a little too straight up. But he can look straight up, and the hair is not blocking anything. I love that. That is innovation, and that's what Jada has really been knocking out of the park lately. Butterfly joint, nice and deep. Can't quite, can he clap? I don't know if he can clap. You know, that would be a maximum bit of posability there. You know what I did there. But we can go ahead and bring that in there. Nope, can't quite bring those in there just like that. But absolutely have him raging out, which is fantastic. We got the ball joint up here, and I like how the stomach hair travels with it. Really well-defined abs, of course. Pants have got that torn look to it. Looks great. Of course, we got the shin fur. Got the the shackles here on the ankles. I don't know if that was left over from their old Frankenstein figure, but very nice. And I like that they're a loose piece on here. They could have easily sculpted that in there or even painted it on there, but they didn't because Jada isn't lazy. Kicking, you know, the kicks forward pretty well, kicks back pretty decent. I think literally the only thing again, I think I've mentioned this before, if Jada just did the drop down hips, that would be the type of thing that would just completely send them over to the next level. Double jointed elbows, great bend on there, and there's a waist swivel on here, and with the soft plastic on the uniform, on the pants, it doesn't kill the immersion, which is great. Though if you do leave them in a pose long enough, you might have to take a hairdryer to reshape everything. Back looks good. Again, nice muscle definition. I like how they've there's just enough fluctuations in the paint so you can make out everything. Again, this is exactly what I want. And of course, he's got some extra accessories. Oh, I almost forgot. I've already switched out the parts here, but his neck, I love how high he looks up perfectly. You guys saw how, it is a little easy, unfortunately, to pop it off when looking up, but the fact he can look straight forward is just awesome. You can actually see there's a disc hinge in here, and it's, again, this engineering is incredible. While we got him out here, as I've switched him out to the more rage face, which it looks, well, beastly. And we've got the more clawed-like hands too. Putting in a pose like this, again, really illustrates what that toe joint would have done. I really think that this would have just taken it to that little next level of posability. Again, I can flatten out at least this foot here, so it looks a little more appropriate. I don't want to say not appropriate, but just looks a little more like he's, a more feral look to it. But again, if the toe bend, I think would have just taken it to the level it could have gone. Again, not complaining, I'm literally nitpicking. I 100% admit it. I am nitpicking. This is, this is like I called it. This was hand candy. I'm enjoying this very much. I just had to bring Beast out because he has that toe joint, and it just kind of makes the difference what I was talking about. Wow, there's the team up we didn't think we ever needed. And man, there was a lost opportunity right there for a Marvel vs. Capcom game. Am I wrong here? They would have looked awesome as a team in one of those games. Now, I was never a major Blanka player. In fact, I think the only time I ever played as him is if I was doing random selects, to be honest. It's just, he's never been my playing style, though I got my butt kicked by him many a time. Design, though, is iconic. He's been part of the Street Fighter core roster, so if you are a Street Fighter fan, absolutely you should get him. As you're an action figure fan, I don't think you'll be disappointed in him, but he definitely does some neat things. Not as, he doesn't wow me like Sagat did, but again, that's just also some subjective, a subjective opinion in that as well. Easily, these effects absolutely kill it. I'm not going to say buy a figure for an effect per se, but I'm very happy to have these, and they will be very nice in my photography, I think, especially like for an electro picture. But it is a very fantastic figure. The engineering done with the hair here, of getting it out of the way, is just simplicity and brilliance all together. And this is the type of innovation I love to see in figures. As always with Jada toys, the details are there, the paint's there, the articulation is there. It's a solid investment for your figure. I found mine at my local Target thanks to my daughter having sharp eyes. If you want a surefire way, my boys at Hello Dope Toys still have them on pre-order, and they're supposed to be shipping very shortly to them. They are not paying me. That is not a paid advertisement. That's just me literally saying, I know these guys are going to get it, and I know they'll treat you right. Just let them know that I sent you there. That being said, let me know your thoughts down below. Comments are always welcome. Hit that like button. If you're new here, please hit that subscribe button. We got so many cool things on the way. And as always, until next time, take care. Peace.